Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show, Touchline Talks. CJ Socials here. Manchester United 1, Sheffield United 2. You can probably tell from my voice, disappointed, disappointed. I don't even know where to start. I honestly don't know where to start. Do I blame the players? Do I blame Ole? I don't know. I want to take it easy on Ole because the team selection today was okay. We've talked time and time again about Pogba and Matic starting together in the pivot. It just doesn't work. Too slow. Matic today making mistakes. Pogba making mistakes today. Bruno not up to par. Martial, awful. Where was Rashford? The list just goes on. I don't really know where to start. We've talked about it time and time again. Eric Bailly, he needs to be playing games. He needs to be starting. He seems like he's the only person that can get the best out of Maguire. And we've seen it every time we do not start Bailly. That's what happens with our defense. Clueless. Extremely clueless. I'm just so gutted today. I'm just really gutted. I just don't really have the energy to really try to figure out, to put my finger on what happened today. Could you blame it on the number of games? I just don't know. We started off the game on the wrong foot. Sheffield had a high line, and you could just tell that it was. I know we always start slow in games. But to have a situation whereby we just couldn't get into second gear. Very sloppy on the play. But what happens? Ole makes no changes. He finally makes a change. I think it was the 65th minute. Takes off Greenwood for Cavani. Bringing on Cavani was the right call, but taking off Greenwood, our best striker today, because Martial and Rashford did nothing. They did absolutely nothing today. Absolutely nothing. Greenwood was the only person trying. Yeah, his shot was off today, but he was trying. But what does Ole do? Ole keeps making the very easy subs. You're taking off Greenwood, our best striker today. Yes, you brought on Cavani when Matic was still on that field today. And then you waited till the 80th minute to bring on Van de Beek. To do what? And what was the point of the Telles and Shaw switch? Telles was arguably our second best player today after Greenwood. But you take Telles off when we're trying to score a goal, when we're trying to get balls in the box. We can talk about the great form that we've had today as we've had all season, but we've said it. Ole's decision making is going to let us down. Our defense is going to let us down. And today, we've seen that happen. I don't understand. Today was a game whereby we were going to have a lot of ball possession. So I understood why he played Telles. And I was happy to see that. Since we're going to have a lot of ball possession, that's when you need someone like Cavani to start. Cavani needs to start. Whenever Telles is playing, Cavani has to play. Because Cavani is the only striker that we have that is good in the box, that is going to go for those headers, is going to fight his way to get on the end of balls. Not Martial, not Rashford, not Greenwood. Yes, when Shaw plays, you can have your Martials for low blocks. Or if we're going to be playing a team that is going to have that we're going to be playing counter-attacking and the team is going to have more possession, then yes, then Shaw can come in for his defensive abilities. But when in a game like Sheffield, where we're going to have 80% ball possession, Taylor should be starting and Cavani should be up front. But that was the first mistake that Ole made. That was the first mistake that Ole made. I love Martial, but I've defended this kid all season, and he's going through a rough patch. I know he's going through a rough patch, so I'm not, I think he needs to be benched now. I think he needs to be benched for a couple of games. He needs to get his head right, whether he needs to go to Dubai on vacation. I don't know what Martial needs, but if he needs to just go to Vegas, go somewhere that he can clear his mind and get his game back, because we're halfway through the season and Martial has one goal to his name, and today he didn't really show like he really wanted to score today. These are the games that when you're struggling, you want to be able. These are the games that when you're struggling, you should be that one person trying your hardest. He didn't. Rashford had a bad game, but I'm not going to be hard on Rashford because Rashford has been bailing us all season. Bruno had a bad game, but I'm not going to blame Bruno because he's been saving us all season. These are the games that Martial needs to step up and show his worth. He needs to show us what he did last season. So for me, I love Martial, but he needs to start getting benched. He needs to start getting benched now, especially now that we have Cavani, and Cavani has been producing. Like I said, I do understand why Greenwood was coming off when Martial was still on that field today. It made absolutely no sense from Ole. People can say, oh, he was trying to give Martial some time. He was trying to make sure, get Martial back to form. We've given Martial half a season to get back to form. Now, Ole needs to start picking players based on their strengths and based on the team that we're playing. Against low blocks, I'm all cool to play Martial. But in a game where we're going to be having 80% ball possession, we had Tellus down the wing, whipping in crosses. Where was Cavani? That's where we need Cavani. Once again, we talk about Ole's subs. Ole waits far too late in the game to make subs. I don't know what he's thinking in games. It's like he has a plan A and he just keeps going. It's like, Ole, you got to have a plan B. Why are you taking so long to bring Van de Beek on? Why are you taking so long? Why did you even bring Shaw on? You could have brought in Van de Beek and Mata, ball holders that we can actually control the midfield. We lost the midfield battle today. And it's crazy that Ole could not see that. And Ole kept Matic on, kept Martial on, when we had the likes of Van de Beek and Mata on the bench. More technical players that could actually hold the ball and push us forward. He waited to the 80th minute, and then he pushes Matic to center back. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense in his substitutes. I've been scratching my head all season trying to figure out, what is Ole's game plan? What is your game plan when these players are not up to it? What are you going to do differently? And we've seen it time and time again. Individual brilliance keeps saving us. But today, we couldn't rely on individual brilliance. The players looked lost for 90 minutes. The players looked absolutely lost. It's crazy. It's sad to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, I don't even know where to start today, man. Like, I'm just lost for words. The Pogba and Matic pivot does not work. It's too slow. We need to go and get a center, a CDM, it's a defensive midfielder. We need to get that so that we can get the best out of Pogba. We can't keep relying on Pogba to be performing from so deep. We need Pogba pushed up forward. Yes, I know he can play. I know he can play deep, but that's not getting the best out of him. If Pogba doesn't get into the game, we don't get into the game. We don't get into the game. Because we have Bruno. I love Bruno, but he plays every minute like it's extra time, like it's the last 5 minutes in the game. Like, just calm down. Get the ball at your feet. Hold it. Look up. Invite your team. Not every time you get the ball, you're trying to lob it 50 yards. Whether you're in defense, you're wherever you are in the field, you're trying to lob it 50 yards to Martial, to Rashford. Like, it's going to work sometimes, but it's not going to work in every game or every time you do it. It's not going to work. We need to figure out a way that we have to start playing with our midfield. We can't keep bypassing the entire midfield every time. I see Maguire trying to bring the ball out. He brings the ball to the halfway line and then just lobs it to Wan-Bissaka on the wing. What system is that? We're not using our midfield players. We're not using the technical players. This was a game whereby he could have brought Fred on. Fred could have started that game. Fred is an engine. He doesn't need a rest. Fred doesn't need a rest. Put Fred in there. Let's have Pogba, Bruno's can go do what they do best. But today, Pogba had to babysit Matic, had to babysit what's his name? Maguire and Twanzebe. Had to babysit those two. Like, it's I don't know, man. This is why I keep saying it. This is not an Ole out rant, but Ole needs to get a proper coach behind him. He needs to get a tactician behind him. He needs to do something, because we can't keep relying on this freestyle vibes. Just go out there and have fun. We can't keep relying on that. Look at Chelsea. I know it's only Thomas Tuchel's first game in charge. I know it's only his first game in charge, but you can already see the difference in system, in how Chelsea are playing. And I'm getting nervous now, because I know it's too early to panic. But how I see us play week in, week out, and I'm seeing Chelsea play like that today, I'm getting worried, because this could change. Our fortunes could just change overnight. And all of a sudden now we're fighting for top 4. A couple of bad results like these, we've been like Pogba since, I would say, since Christmas, Pogba has been bailing us out in games. Pogba has won us like 9 out of the 12 points that we've gained. Pogba has won us 9 of those. So when is this going to end? And we've seen that today. Let's talk about our defense. Ole comes out in press conferences and says, oh, we have a solid defense. Our defense is good. We have leaders on the team. That's not leadership. That's the first goal, the second goal especially. That's unforgivable. That's the kind of defense that's going to lose us championships. It's going to lose us cups with that defense. If we don't invest in the back, we're going to make it into Champions League next year and just crash out again in the group stage, because Maguire cannot figure himself out. He can't be a leader at the back. What the hell was Twanzebe doing? What was Twanzebe doing? I thought, I was watching it, and I thought it felt like there was a replay in slow-mo. That's what it felt like with Twanzebe. He looked like he was so exhausted that he couldn't even stand. Like, he didn't even clear the ball out. He just passed it to the Sheffield player. He did not even try to clear the ball out of the box. He just literally just casually just passed it back to the Sheffield player in the box. This is professional level. These guys are earning £100,000 a week, and they're making such mistakes week in, week out. Absolutely unacceptable. Awful defending. I've been saying that on my Twitter page. Our defense is going to be the death of us. Our defense is going to be our biggest liability. And we've seen that all season. All season. Maguire needs a rest. Is it a rest that Maguire needs? Then rest this kid. This guy has played every game. Good performance, bad performance. Maguire is getting a start on that team. Like, Ole needs to become ruthless now. Because this was unacceptable. Extremely unacceptable. Obviously, we saw this coming. No United fan could sit down and say that we've been playing good football this season. We have not played good football. The Liverpool game was probably our best football that we've played. And there was a reason why. There was a reason why it was our best football. I'm not going to name names, but there was a reason why, because we had more ball control. We had more possession on the ball. We had more fluidity with the ball. So I'm not going to name names, but that's what happens when you have technicians, you have technical players that can hold the ball, retain the ball, and distribute the ball. And that's when you get a performance like Liverpool. Yes, our defense once again let us down in that game, but we were fortunate. We were fortunate that Liverpool also had a very inexperienced defense. So we're able to, split them apart without counterattacks. If they had Virgil van Dijk and Gomez in there, you think that we would have come out of that game 3-2? Most likely not. We probably wouldn't have come back from that from conceding that first goal. We wouldn't have. Let's be honest with ourselves. So this is where, as fans, we need to start asking those questions. We've been tuning in week out because we've been getting the results. The atmosphere has been amazing. So everybody has kind of ignored the performances. But the performances have been crap. They've been absolutely crap. But we've been accepting it. But when you have a result like that today, you can't ignore the performance. You cannot ignore that performance. Can I hope that Ole can turn this around? Let's hope. He's done a great job this season. He's gotten us the results that we've needed. So I'm not going to be, going Tom Cruise on the Oprah show crazy that Ole should get out. So you know what? Ole needs to improve. These guys need to improve. Our defense needs to improve. Ole needs to stop being Mr. Nice Guy and, he worked hard in training, so I'm going to start him. No, none of that. It's not about working hard in training. It's about your ability. It's about your focus in the game. Like I said, we've all seen this coming. We knew we were going to fall. The wheels are going to fall off at some point. The fans were waiting. The Arsenal fans are all getting gassed up now because they've stringed a couple of wins. Now they're gassed up. Chelsea fans, Lampard's gone. Thomas Tuchel's in. Now Chelsea has this confidence now, resurgence of confidence. City is cruising. Liverpool is going to pick back up. Don't write off Liverpool, guys. Do not write off Liverpool because they're coming back. So we need to get our act together, guys. Just before I wrap this up, I was going to do player ratings, but I don't think anybody deserves a player rating in this game. Maguire, great that you had that goal. It was a long time coming with that header. It was nice to see that. It was a well-taken header, but what you did defensively today just crossed off that goal. Just puts a bitter taste in my mouth. At the rate at which we're performing, Van de Beek needs to start getting opportunities. He really needs to start getting opportunities. Ole needs to start figuring out there's a reason you have a 23-man squad. Use your squad. You can't just have a starting 11 and that's it in games. You got to be able to switch it up. Every fan could have told you by the 50th minute, actually by the 20th minute, every fan could have told you that was not working. But you keep choosing, but Ole keeps choosing to stick with his plan. Like I said, before I wrap up, I'm okay with losing. Don't get me wrong. It's a game. I'm okay with losing, but not the way we lost. Not the way we lost. I'm just gutted. Not the way we lost. You should lose with your head up. You should lose with your head up. Like how Liverpool lost to us on Saturday or Sunday. That's how you should lose. 3-2, back and forth. Or at least if we actually tried to win this game, but we didn't. The players looked lost out there. Ole once again kept looking lost and confused, and hoping that Bruno will perform his magic, Pogba will perform his magic, Rashford will perform his magic. But it didn't happen for us today. There was no magic today. So this is it, man. My takeaway from this, if Telles is going to be starting, Cavani needs to start. Cavani needs to be starting when we're playing teams that is going to give us a lot of space and time on the ball, not low blocks. I think Martial, I'm a huge fan of Martial, but I think it's time that he takes a rest. You know, he's given that rest. Go to Dubai, go do something, recharge, get your mind back. You know, go see your family in France. Go see your family in France. Go see your friends, recharge, and then come back after 1 or 2 or 3 games. Come back and show us the Martial that we know there is. We know there is an amazing player in Martial. We know that. We need to start seeing that Martial. We need to start seeing that Martial. It's not good enough anymore. I've been one of those, and I'll put my hand up. I've supported Martial for a long time, but he needs to go on vacation, man. Martial needs to be dropped for a couple of games. So, guys, this is it for today. I really appreciate it. My energy wasn't up today just because that loss, you know, it's going to be a hard one. I hope that, you know, these players can learn from this experience. It was going to come. It was going to happen. We were going to lose at some point. But I hope that these players can learn from this, go to the Emirates, and let's show Arsenal that this was a fluke. This was a one-off. So, you know, I'm okay to lose, but not in the manner that we lost, guys. So I really appreciate everyone that tuned in today. I really appreciate you for tuning in. If you stayed till the end, please like the video. Please smash a like on the video. Share it with your friends. We'll be back again Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. UK time for the match reaction of Manchester United versus Arsenal. I'll be having some Arsenal fans on here to discuss the game. So I'm excited about that. It's always nice when you have Arsenal fans come on the show. But other than that, guys, please continue to share, like, and subscribe. And till next time, let's keep our heads up. It's our first loss in a very long time. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I actually know what it's like to lose. So the team has done well. It's very disappointing today, but let's put our heads up and let's support the boys. So till next time, guys, take care.